If you could teleport, where would you want to go? And is this scientifically possible? Let's discover the real face of teleportation. To go from one place to another in an instant. Is the teleportation we see in science fiction movies really possible? What does quantum physics tell us? Let's discover together.
Part 1. What is teleportation?
When we think of teleportation, we think of science fiction movies like Star Trek. But in science, teleportation has a slightly different meaning. In physics, teleportation is the instantaneous transfer of an object or information from one point to another. In classical physics, teleportation is not possible because, according to the laws of physics, an object has a certain speed limit. But in the quantum world, things work a little differently.
Part 2. How quantum teleportation works.
In 1993, scientists discovered that information could be moved from one point to another using a phenomenon called quantum entanglement. Quantum teleportation is based on the principle of quantum entanglement, where two particles are mysteriously connected to each other. Imagine two entangled particles. Even if we leave one in one corner of the world and the other in another, any change made to one is instantly reflected in the other. This is the basic principle of quantum teleportation. The important thing here is the transfer of information. So a physical object doesn't move from one point to another, but the quantum state of the object is copied to another particle.
Chapter 3. Can humans be teleported?
So, is it possible to teleport a human being? Theoretically, we could record the state of all the atoms of a human being and reconstruct it elsewhere. But this involves huge technological challenges. For example, there are about 10 to the power of 28 atoms in the human body. Recording the exact quantum state of all of these atoms and recreating them exactly in another location seems impossible with today's technology. Also, teleporting a human being could mean destroying their original body and recreating it elsewhere. This raises philosophical and ethical questions. Is the person who is actually teleported the same person, or is it a copy? We should not forget the brain and consciousness factor. Can all the memories and thoughts of a person be completely transferred during teleportation? If not, is the resulting person just a physical copy? Another big problem is Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. According to quantum mechanics, the position and momentum of a particle cannot be known with complete certainty at the same time. This makes it even more difficult to replicate all the atoms exactly.
Chapter 4. Teleportation experiments past and present.
Scientists have conducted various teleportation experiments so far. In 1997, an experiment in Austria successfully teleported the quantum state of a photon. In 2017, Chinese scientists successfully teleported a photon 1,200 kilometers away. But this is based on transporting information, not physically transporting objects. Also in 2020, new advances were made in quantum teleportation of more complex systems in experiments, but we can still only teleport individual particles.
Chapter 5. Is teleportation possible in the future?
Today, we can only teleport individual particles, but with quantum computers and quantum communication networks, teleportation technology can go much further. For example, ultra-secure quantum communication networks could be created in the future. This could mean unhackable data transfer, going beyond the classical internet. Some scientists think that perhaps teleportation could reach more advanced forms, perhaps on biological beings, but this would require major revolutions in science. If one day it becomes possible to teleport individual atoms, perhaps teleportation could be tried on living organisms. But this is, at least for the moment, a very remote possibility.
Conclusio.
Teleportation as we see it in science fiction does not seem possible for now. But quantum teleportation is a technology that could revolutionize the transfer of information. Perhaps one day, teleportation of data, and perhaps consciousness will be possible. Do you think teleportation will be possible in the future? Leave your thoughts in the comments. If you like this kind of content, don't forget to subscribe to our channel.